And I just remember being down there and being like, how did I get here? Where I am in the middle of the earth right now on the world's coolest field trip.
I don't know about you, but I have told that story a few times of like never experiencing darkness like I've experienced in that safe room in
900
a mine.
feet under the surface of the earth.
Yeah. All right, we're back, Rob. Episode 150. We made it.
150.
150.
A lot.
It's a lot of episodes, man. Not a lot of YouTube episodes, but it's a lot of episodes. Everybody go back and listen from the beginning all the way until 150. You know, it's very important.
Before we came out from behind the curtain.
Yeah, exactly. We are in the top 1% of all podcasts. I think if you make it this far.
If you make it that far.
Yeah. It's because, I mean, people start podcasts and then they just abandon podcasts, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's like blogs.
Last blog from February of 2023.
Blogs,
yeah. It's amazing how fast the calendar days click along. I am reminded of the phrase, the days are long, but the years are short. Right. If anybody ever had little kids, that rings home, you know?
I wonder when we did the first podcast, how long have we been doing this?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, here's a question. Have you ever gone back and listened to any of the podcasts?
No.
I've gone back and listened to a couple. I think I listened to one or two with my wife and things like that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of the YouTube episodes. I've watched a couple shorts just for fun.
Yeah, they pop up into my feed and I watch some of those.
Shocker, they pop up in your feed.
I don't need to, I don't know. It's weird. Maybe that's like when, I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but like when actors are like, I don't go back. I don't go back and watch my shows.
They don't watch their own films.
I don't watch my own films or I don't watch my own shows, but maybe that's the same feeling. Like I don't need to go back.
You were in Star Wars and you've never seen Star Wars? You know, it's like one of those things.
Yeah. It's
dude, we lived it. I mean, that moment's passed, you know.
Every glorious moment.
Anyway, congratulations to you, my friend. 150. It's pretty exciting.
I know. Back at you. 150.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Before we get into today's topic, I want to follow up on a previous podcast and discuss where your viewership is on the viral TikTok. Yeah, I need to know what number. I need to know what number we're at.
I am at.
Yeah, you thought we were going to top out at like what? Like 2 million?
Yeah, I think I guessed like 2 or 2. We'd have to go back and I don't remember what my guess was.
I was at 4. I always know it's a 4 because 4 is my lucky number. So I was at 4.
Yeah, and I was like, that is insane. Like we will not do that. Well, I don't know if I'm happy to report or it's strange to report. I have reached 5.5 million views.
I mean, I think you got to view it like that's 5.5 million chuckles out there.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, positive laughs, like, you know,
absolutely.
I mean, it's weird that it's you busting your ass, you know, but
and I don't care, but I will say, it's hard to humiliate me, but I will say that it is and I said this last time, it is weird to think that 5.5 million people, A, are aware that I even exist.
Yeah, totally.
B, have seen me at my most violent, dare I say.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Completely wiping out. So I don't know. Where does it seems to just like it's almost like it'll stall out for a little bit and then all of a sudden
then it catches fire and keeps going.
Then it kind of catches fire again.
Yeah, it's making its way through the Middle East right now. It's rounding into Asia or whatever the deal is. You know what I mean?
Still no monetization in any currency. no monetization.
It's 5.5 million laughs. That's
right.
So
that's priceless.
It is
invaluable.
All right, episode 150 thought. Let's talk about us. Let's talk about us, right? Yeah. I thought it could be fun since it is kind of a weird number, a little monumental 150th issue. Like looking back on, not on the podcast, but looking back on the business as a whole and sort of all the great work we've done for all of our great clients and things like that. Let's talk about our favorite campaigns or projects, or we may have done this kind of in the past a little bit.
Yeah, we've alluded to it here and there, but
But since it's kind of an anniversary I mean, thinking about it like magazines, anniversary episode, what if it, what about like just some of the fun or more memorable sort
Yeah.
of experiences and projects and things that we've done, and then we can have, we'll throw up some visuals on this one, you know what I mean? That kind
Yeah.
of accompany our voice. That could be fun. So
All right. Do you want to
anything,
kick us off or
anything,
do you want me to?
you go for it. Go for it. Let's go back and forth. Bingo bongo. Just
Okay.
because we might have some of the same,
We
you never
might.
know.
We might.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to one, and it was one of many that we did for this client. And I'm not gonna
Okay.
even pick a specific campaign. We can talk
Ooh.
about a few of them.
Okay.
This was years and years ago, back before Kennesaw State University
Mm.
merged with Southern Polytechnic State University. Which for those of you who don't know, it was a university right up the road, up in Marietta.
Yeah.
Um,
SPSU.
SPSU, Southern Polytechnic State University, and I had worked with them for a little bit before you and I started working together,
Yeah.
and then we sort of brought them over to the
Mhm.
agency. And
Awesome client.
yeah, I was just about to say, I think probably the reason that it was the most fun and some of the most fun work and campaigns that we did is because of the client.
Yeah.
Like, they always say work with people you like, but honestly, like, I look back and, Jim Cooper, shout out
Yeah.
Jim if you happen to see this. Jim Cooper kind of ran the marketing department there. And he was awesome. He was not only just a nice guy, but
Yeah.
he was the almost unicorn of a client who was super, super nice, super sharp,
Yeah.
and let us do what we wanted to,
Yeah.
trusted us to
Yeah.
do our jobs, right?
Yeah.
And to be creative and do fun stuff. And also shout out to Dr. Lisa Rossbacher,
Totally.
who at the time was the president of the university, and they were very
Mhm.
close.
Yeah.
And we became close with Dr. Rossbacher as well. And she was awesome. She was on board with everything at the
Yeah.
helm and let us go nuts.
Yeah.
And
And
I
this was
think
old
back,
school too. We'd go in and just cover the conference table with
oh
pieces
yeah,
of paper and drawings and
oh yeah,
sketches and just sort of talk about the entire process and everything. It was so much fun.
that's right. It was great. And they would let us do the fun stuff. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember I remember specifically um the campus life
Yeah.
campaign. And so it was all about a
So much
drive
fun.
to because it was primarily a commuter campus, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what they wanted to do was promote this notion of the benefits of campus life. They
Yeah.
wanted to get more students to live on campus.
Yeah.
So we did this whole great fun campaign around campus life and about how great dorm life was
Yeah.
and some of the unique events that they have, the soapbox derby
Yeah.
races. What was it? It was
They
zombie
had some
nights.
zombies versus, aliens or something.
Yeah, it was something
Yeah.
like that. It was a
Yeah.
big fun thing. And I just remember it was really fun work. It was really cool. We went up there and just ran around shooting crazy stuff. I remember
Yeah.
there was a goat involved at one
Yeah.
point up on top of the rock.
Yeah.
We were running around the dorms, just shooting crazy fun little,
Yeah. And the design, the look and feel of all those campaigns were so great. They're so much
yeah, it
fun.
was great.
Yeah.
And again, they let us just sort of
Yeah.
run wild and do what
Do you
we do.
remember the best quote, Dr. Rossbacher said in one of our meetings when she popped in to say hello and double check on what we're doing? Does this ring a bell at all? I'm gonna totally butcher it if you don't remember it. Do you
No, I
remember,
don't
like,
remember.
oh, dude, it's stuck with me. It was, we were going over something, I can't remember, and Jim was there, and we're going through, and then she popped in, "Oh, hey, you guys are here," and the thing, and, "Oh, this is what we're going through," and stuff like that, and I remember her looking at everything, and again, this may be the prism of time and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fog of,
sure.
and it was something along the lines of, like, basically, "Guys, I don't understand what any of this is, but I also understand that it's not for me.
Yeah,
It's for, 17-year-old kids, who are interested in engineering and this and
right.
that. And it's absolutely working. So keep up the great work. Great job, guys. See you,
Yeah,
and again, it
yeah,
was something along those lines. That was like, to your point about, being an awesome client. It was like, yeah, you're the president of the universe. Like, the ads aren't for you. The ads are
right.
for, 17-year-old kids, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? In high school, not knowing where to go or what to do and things like that. It was so refreshing. It was amazing. So,
Yeah, she was always a big champion of our work, and
yeah.
I mean, there was that. I mean, I think back to some of those old, this was back when we did a lot of outdoor boards, the big
Yeah.
outdoor boards, and I always used to love driving up 75 and
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
all the big
When you
ones, and
see
we
it
did
when you
all
see the
all this
work.
with the
Yeah.
hexagon, remember? And
Mhm.
the whole, like
Yeah,
there was
hexagon was
some
killer. We did
yeah,
that. They were really at the beginning of home learning, right? E-learning and all that stuff
yeah,
too, right?
pizza box.
Yeah, and we did that cool pizza box ad. That was all before it was even a thing. There was no like, I mean, maybe there was the inklings of like Southern New Hampshire University. You know what I mean? Like to
Yeah, yeah.
get the degree online or whatever like that. But it wasn't like what it is
It
today by
was
any
right
stretch.
when online classes first became a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, it was.
Um,
Yeah, we did a ton of really awesome work for
we
those
did a
guys
lot of we did a
forever.
lot of stuff for
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
and that was great. So I'll always remember that fondly.
SPSU. That was a good one.
Great
That was
work.
a good one. All right, I'll go next. All right. In no particular order, I will say, I'm gonna say The Beast.
Oh, yeah,
Coming out
Lackman.
with The Beast. Yeah, yeah. So not an advertising campaign. It was a brand design,
Yeah,
build a brand from scratch, right? And it
yeah,
was for our old pals at Lackman, right? Who diamond tips, saw blade manufacturer, a lot of tools, a lot of
yeah,
private labels, things like that. They supplied like Lowe's Home Improvement with a lot of their Cobalt products and things like that, right? Back in the day. And we basically created a discount private label of their own products, right? Called The Beast. And we'd had so much fun design. It was all black. It was sexy and black. And then
yeah,
all the packaging was like die cut, like the Beast had cut through the package. And you never saw the Beast, which was cool. That's one of the things
right.
you never had a
You saw little
personification.
eyes here and there, little
Yeah, it was
notions of
just little
inklings.
elements, some
Yeah,
fur, some crocodile skin, some different
yeah.
textures, things like that, right? But then we did so many you wrote so many awesome lines for all, it eats asphalt for breakfast and all these
Yeah,
crazy,
that
like,
was, there was one that was,
born in the
born on the assembly
factory.
line, raised in the wild, or
Yeah,
born in
yeah,
the
yeah.
factory, raised in the wild, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it was,
Um,
yeah. So, I mean, that thing was supposed to be it's funny how advertising and branding and how people, latch on to what they latch onto. We built a brand as a low cost alternative to their own brand. And what ended up happening is it ended up being so popular that
yeah,
it flipped places. It became the premium brand, right?
yeah,
And then everybody wanted the shirts, the swag, all the different. Now there's like Beast stuff everywhere. There's like Monster Beast and some other
yeah,
brand,
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah, they
mean,
were putting
so.
it on table saws at the
Mhm.
end, and, like,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
dude. Dude, it had
everything.
equipment, it had everything. It was all about the Beast on the job site. So,
Yeah, that was a good
um,
one, and
that
they
was
were
a
great
fun one.
people to work with as
Yeah.
well, too.
Mhm. Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out to
yeah, yeah.
Cliff, who's out there
Yeah.
somewhere in the world, down in Florida, I
Yeah.
think, maybe
Hopefully
Texas,
hopefully
I don't know,
relaxing somewhere down on a beach in Florida, you know?
hopefully. That was
Yeah.
a good one, that was a good
Yeah,
one, alright.
The Beast was a lot of fun stuff. Alright, what you got?
I am going to, in no particular order, I am going to say the work that we did for Sweetwater 420 Fest.
Whoa! Okay, not on my
Whoa!
list either. Wow, okay.
2016, almost 10 years ago, if you
Oh
can
my
if you
god,
can
dude,
believe
that's
it.
nuts. That was fun.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was fun just because it wasn't, it at the time, and Sweetwater's since been bought and all that kinda good stuff, but it was run by, um, the guy who founded Sweetwater. His wife actually ran the festival, and they kinda
Yeah.
operated sort of separately, but we were
Yeah.
tasked to do all of the sort of poster work and promotional
Yeah.
work for the
All the
festival, and
graphics
it
for
was
the
just
event, right? I mean, I
yeah,
think they reused some of those giant, like, on stage, like, tarp things or whatever
yeah,
like that,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but for the rest of this, I mean, we designed everything.
We
So,
designed everything for that, and it was great. I remember doing we did obviously these sort of to to announce the artists, which were, Ludacris.
was it? I don't
Ludacris was
remember.
one of them.
It's 10 years ago, man.
Kid Rock was
Okay,
one of
Kid
them.
Rock. Oh my god.
The Disco Biscuits
Disco Biscuits, I remember. Yeah,
were one
okay.
of them. Who else? I wrote it down. That's as far as I got.
Okay.
But anyway, I remember doing the design work for each of the we did six packs, promotional six packs with
Yeah.
the whole design on it for the event where they unveiled who were the headliners. So each of the
Eh,
headliners had their own bottle of beer.
was Ben Harper one of them?
Ben Harper, good call. Yeah,
Okay.
Ben
Okay,
Harper was
yeah,
one
yeah.
of them.
Each
Headliner, yeah.
headliner got their own bottle, which was cool, and then it was put
Yeah.
in a six-pack, which
It
was
was put in
cool.
a six pack, and then they did the event over at Sweetwater, and it was cool. I always loved that. A, you're working with
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't work directly with the artists, obviously, but
Yeah.
I mean, if ever there were such a trippy, heady band that we could do
Yeah.
kinda anything we wanted, or brand
Yeah.
rather, so
It was cool. It was
I
cool.
always liked that. It was all done it was all hand drawn and hand
Mhm.
done.
Had like a whole
Um,
mandala kinda feel to
yeah,
it,
kinda had a
and,
mandala sorta thing going on.
correct me if I'm
Um,
wrong here, and again, this is 10 years ago, so we're dating ourselves. Were there creative loafing ads? I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah, no,
did
there was
print
a whole
ads for
creative
that.
loafing program
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that. It was everything. I mean, I think we did the badges and I mean, I think it
yeah,
was, like, literally, like, top down.
yeah. I think
So that was a fun one. I always liked that one.
that was a good one. That was a good fun one. Yeah, that was, a lot of last minute things I feel like on that one though too.
Yeah. Well, and look, that's one of those ones where, not unlike, and I'll throw out another one, we also, speaking of beer, we did a fun campaign for Scofflaw too, but that's one of
Yeah,
the ones where you get that and you get excited to tell everybody, "Hey, guess
yeah,
what? We get to do Sweetwater 420 Fest," and
yeah,
have these
yeah.
graphic designers go, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
this is
pretty
amazing."
cool. I know.
And fun, just fun local Atlanta stuff
Yeah,
too.
totally, totally, totally. Got some cool tickets too. I remember,
Yeah, yeah.
watching some of those, some of the bands. So yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right, I'm gonna pivot to, if we're talking about oldies, I love all of our old HTH work, right?
I have that on
I
my
know we
list
talked
too.
about Underwater Dance Video a podcast or 2 ago or whatever
Yeah.
that, but we had a couple campaigns with the split screen, specifically the split
Oh,
screen sort of thing.
the hardware
Yeah, it
store.
was all, yeah, I guess I'm talking about, like, the whole B2B platform for HTH, specific
Yeah,
to, like, Ace Hardwares and Orchard Supplies and things like that. So HTH,
sure.
home pool care chemical brand, I think they're still around and stuff like that. Um, and our mission was more on the B2B side, not as B2C for these specific campaigns, but
Right.
it was all about, their trade shows and their thing, and it was awesome, cool work, man.
Yeah.
So I love the split screen. I thought that was super fun because those images are killer. And then I love the tiny people. Remember little tiny
Oh,
people?
yeah, the tiny people.
Yeah, it was like a big barrel
With a
of like,
pail, like a big
yeah, it was a
pail
big
of
pail of like pool chemicals,
yeah.
but then there was like a pool on top and little people here and there and doing
Yeah, a guy,
different things.
like, sliding off a hammer, I think, because it
Yeah.
was all about the hardware store and the integration of
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
stuff and
Yeah,
hardware.
it's hardware stores get incremental revenue by selling seasonal items. Let's call it
Right,
what it is. You know what I
right.
mean? Or you go in to buy light bulbs and a hose, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I've got to let me grab this, and that type of
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah, that was
So
fun.
I think that's kind of a good definition of like not a sexy assignment or anything,
Right.
right? Like what? This is, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
turning something that wouldn't seem exciting. Unlike, it's like the opposite is Sweetwater, right? It's like here's
Right.
something that's not necessarily exciting at all, but then the campaign can still be super killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And still be super awesome and impactful and stuff like that. So we ran that for 2 or 3, 4 years in a row. I can't remember, but yeah, that was always a fun one. The
That was a
HGH
good one
stuff.
too. And we did some great work too. We got to do all that video work that we talked about before, which was just nonsense
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah,
silliness. But yeah, that
yeah,
was a good one. That was a good
yeah.
one.
All right, HGH. All right, what do you got?
I am gonna throw out
I got 3 more. I don't know how many you've got left.
I wanna be mindful of time and putting people to sleep, so I'm keeping my eye
Hey
on the
man,
clock
it's
here.
1:50. We can go double time if need
I,
be.
I've always enjoyed, this is an ongoing project that we still work on, the working with, the Faction, which
Okay.
is an Atlanta United supporters group.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, we're big soccer fans, and have sort of supported the team since day one, Atlanta United. And so they have their supporters groups, one of which is the Faction.
Mhm.
And it's a bunch of guys that happen to live in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And this is one of those ones where, like, it's all pro bono.
Yeah.
Um, we do it for free because we love the beautiful game.
Yeah.
And again, just supporting local things, and it's a fun thing to do. And so every year we do their member T-shirts.
It's not a Faction scarf, but I got my little Atlanta United scarf right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, every year we are called upon to do
Yeah.
their annual shirts.
Yeah,
And it's
shirts and
always a
scarves,
fun, I
right.
think everybody in the shop here loves working on it because
Yeah.
it's literally one of those, just go nuts.
Yeah, have
You
fun
know?
with it.
Go
Do whatever.
crazy. Have a little
Yeah.
bit of fun
Yeah.
with it. We play within the rules too, but it's fun to go to the games and see
Mhm.
see people wearing the shirts
Yeah.
and the
That's just
scarves
what I
and
was gonna
things like
say. Like,
that.
you always get a kick out of seeing people
Yeah.
with your stuff out in the wild.
Yeah.
That never gets old. So,
And they're just a great organization. They're very philanthropic in what they do, and
yeah.
it's just kind of it's a fun thing to be a part of. And
Yeah.
everybody gets free T-shirts out of it, so
Agreed.
that's kind of a good one too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and they're well printed, comfortable T-shirts.
That's
So,
right. I'm gonna make sure of
Kyler
that.
and I are often wearing the shirt on the
Oh, yeah.
same, it's a thing. So, all right, shifting gears, I'm gonna go RUUD.
Rude.
RUUD as an old one,
Yeah.
HVAC company, right? With a very strange name, RUUD. Everyone thinks
Yeah.
it's RUD or something like that, right? Um, I love the RUUD because again, it ties back to your hilarious writing and digital outdoor boards that we developed, right? That were
Yeah.
all we developed a campaign during the summertime, right, for air conditioning. And it was weather triggered, right? Correct me if I'm wrong here, Rob, but it was
Mhm.
weather triggered through digital boards around Atlanta and Charlotte, right? So based on whatever
Correct.
temperature it was outside, the board would give you the temperature, but then it
Right.
also would accompany our hilarious line, right? So
Yeah.
I think we had lines from, was it 85 degrees all the way to like 103 or something like
Yeah,
that?
it was something like that. There was a
Yeah.
range of lines, and every degree had a different headline.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I
whenever the
love that.
temperature changed, you'd
Yeah.
swap out the line.
I think it's a great confluence of like it was great art direction, it was shot really well and looked really cool.
Yeah.
So it was impactful outside with witty, fun, hard hitting headlines and things like that, right? But then using technology to its benefit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is like overlaying that strategic approach to, having the ability to change, not printing vinyl and having the ability to change the message on a digital board. I thought that was super fun. So
Yeah, that was
we did a
so we
great
had the
commercial for them too. Remember the commercial that we
Yeah,
did?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
We did so there were brand
I think that's
boards
on our website, actually.
which
It's
were
on our
like
old band. Yeah.
makes Atlanta feel like Alaska, that
Yeah.
kinda thing like that.
Mhm.
And then the weather triggered boards. And then, yeah, we did that fun little spot where it's that we just focused on the moment the thermostat
Yeah.
breaks and you
Yeah, the panic.
realize you
Yeah.
realize that your HVAC,
Yeah.
you know, is dead and we got a problem. And it was literally the 15-second spot of somebody just ripping it off the wall and putting it back. And it was really well
Yeah.
produced,
It
actually.
was. It
We had our
was.
hand model. We had
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but that was a fun little spot.
Do we have a hand model? We did have a
Yeah,
hand model, didn't we? Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
We had
Okay.
a guy because we had to make sure that the hand
Yeah. That's
hand
right.
looked good
That's
because it
right.
was literally just a locked off shot of the hand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good campaign.
Yeah, that
Yep,
was a fun one. I liked
I
RUUD.
like
I
that
liked
one.
RUUD. All right, what you got? I got 2 left here. One
I'll
of them's not a campaign,
go
though. One of us is a project.
I will go with, again, this is client-based. This is an adventures in advertising client-based one. I think we talked about it before, but I'm gonna go Jenner, the mining
Mm,
company,
yeah.
because it's one of those things where mining is not very sexy, and we've done
No.
some really cool stuff, really
Yeah.
beautiful stuff for them. But that was more about
The experience.
kind of why we love the business and getting to go on the ultimate field trip, which is
Yeah.
down to the center of the earth,
Yeah.
at the mine
Was
out
it
in
900
Wyoming.
feet under the Earth's
Yeah,
crust?
900
Yeah.
feet under the earth into a trona mine,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
go do your research and figure out what a trona mine is. We don't need to bore people with
yeah,
that, but, that was awesome, and I just
yeah,
remember being down there and being like, "How did I get here?
yeah,
Where I am in the middle of the earth right
yeah,
now
yeah.
on the world's coolest field trip."
I don't know about you, but I have told that story a few times of, like, never experiencing darkness
Oh,
like I've experienced in that safe room
oh,
in a
900
mine.
feet under the surface of the
Yeah,
earth.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, where you go in the one chamber and then you seal it behind you, you go in the other
Yeah,
chamber, and then it's just like, the waiting room. Now, thankfully, after what, 70 years, 80 years, they've never ever needed to do this because it's like the
right.
safest operation ever, right? But it's basically like if disaster was to happen in a mine, go here, and then they will tunnel from the surface down to get you,
Yeah,
right?
it's the oh shit
Um,
room. Let's call it
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is. It is the oh
exactly.
shit room.
But it was like, all right, everybody turn your little mining light. I mean, like comically, like with hard hats and turn your mining light off. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my, like, I mean, there is zero, and I mean zero ambient, yeah, ambient light. I mean,
No,
it
it's
is,
scary. It
yeah,
is darker than you thought imaginable, and
yeah,
also quieter. Because remember we all got
yeah,
quiet, and it was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Whoa,
yeah.
this is freaky."
Yeah, and they had procedures because and purposely so. There's no ventilation, there's no, because if there was a fire, there was smoke in the mine, you don't want
Right.
it suck. I mean, it's all about mines really are all about air migration and
Airflow.
dust suppression and things like that, right? So there are certain scenarios where it's like, well, you need to be isolated from that just in case, right? So there
Yeah.
are actual procedures of like how you walk in this room to circulate the air to
Right.
make sure that you don't deplete the oxygen in XYZ corner of the room, right? I'm just like, I mean, it's the safest thing in the world. We just did everything just for fun, just to experience it.
Yeah.
But man, I have never and will never experience darkness like
Yeah, that
that
was wild.
ever again. I mean, that was wild.
I hope I don't.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
I
yeah. I
don't.
mean, it was a
Yeah.
trip, man. But yeah, to your point, that was an incredible experience, incredible client for years and years, super fun. And we did some kick-ass work for those guys
Yeah,
for
we did some
sure.
fun work
So
for them.
super fun work,
We
super
did some
fun
good
work.
work.
All right, I got two more. I got Trigger on my list. I loved
Oh,
working on
wow, yeah,
Trigger.
Trigger, man, I almost forgot about that one.
Yeah, Trigger, that was all that really was I don't wanna downplay it or whatever, but it was general awareness, press kits, I think a press
Yeah,
folder and
it was a
some
press kit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for a documentary about the ripple effect of gun violence. So the concept was super cool. We got to go and shoot all sorts of guns,
Yeah.
which in a controlled environment, which was interesting and not your daily. So again, like, what? How are we doing this? What?
Yeah.
Like another one of those interesting field trips, and we were really allowed to do what I would consider like impactful work that actually meant
Yeah.
something and was interesting.
Yeah,
It wasn't just another
we're
run of
gonna
the
print all
mill.
these
Here's
folders and inserts, and then we're gonna
yeah,
go shoot them
yeah,
with
yeah,
actual guns.
yeah, yeah, and then we're gonna mail it together. So when people got them, it was like fused with the bullet. Like, I mean, you had to peel it apart,
Yeah,
like,
like
and just
real
where the
bullet
bullets
holes,
went, the
and
bullets
then
went. Like, it was crazy. So
fun day at the range.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was an
that was fun. That
interesting.
was a good one. That was a good
That
one.
was an interesting one.
Alright, fire off the last one.
Last one I've got is Nurses for Africa. I'm always gonna have, and it's just a logo project. It was just a brand identity development. It just has a soft spot in my heart because it's the only time in my entire career. I know you've heard, you've lived this story or whatever. The only time in my entire career I basically like doodled out, I think I did 3 or
Yeah.
4 little sketches and then was like, that's it.
Yeah.
No more
Yep.
options. Like, this is your logo. You're not gonna say no. This is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And sorry.
Yeah.
Like this is what the
Well,
logo is. So
yes, but I think it was also that, but I think it was also I remember when you did it, and I looked at it, and we were like, "Oh, well, that I mean,
it's obvious.
I don't think you can beat I don't think you can beat it. Like,
It's
I
the
don't think
best.
there's a
It's the
way. It was
best.
so simple and so
Yeah.
easy and clean,
Yeah, we're
and
not award people at all, but I remember we had some employees that wanted to enter a bunch of awards. As it wasn't like every single award imaginable and
yeah.
different. It was a great little project. It had impact, and it was, it's not Doctors Without Borders by any stretch, but it was like
No, but it
a
was
community of nurses that took a trip. That they take an annual trip to a certain specific part of Africa, which is where it's the silhouette of Africa as a stethoscope, but then where the heart monitor part or whatever that little circuit that's where
yeah,
they go every year in
right.
Africa. So it had extra special meaning for them. And so I made kick-ass t-shirts and then we did a really awesome poster for
Yeah, the
them. That
big
was all
poster was great
mhm,
too, yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I just always love that one little project. It was super
Yeah,
fun. It
that
was
was a
super
good
cool.
one. That was a
Yeah.
good one.
So, all right.
Well, that was a fun little trip down memory lane. I mean, I've got more. I'm not gonna I mean, we're gonna bore the people, but maybe we'll do a follow-up at some point.
Hey, they can hit pause, they can hit pause.
And
So,
hit pause, right, right. That's right.
yeah, no, this was fun. This is a fun one. I mean, we got, here's the good news. You've got more projects that you still love, which means we
That's
have
right.
our cup overrunneth with
That's
amazing
right.
projects and amazing client stories.
That's
So
right. Yeah, we'll
maybe
put
when
up
we
some of the
actually
work.
retire, we'll keep the podcast going and then we'll tell the real stories,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's
About
exactly right.
XYZ clients, which
Yeah,
are the
we're
good
gonna
ones.
wait till we're done, and then we'll tell the horror stories. The absolute horror stories.
Yeah.
Because
Hey,
they
man.
exist, but they're in a vault,
Yeah,
for now.
not to be let out now, not to be let
They're in
out.
a
So,
vault
what
for
a weird
now.
turn this just took, but,
Alright, where can the people find us?
they can find us, right here on YouTube, but also primarily on mocktheagency.com.
Yeah. Alright, well, congrats again on 150,
Yeah,
and we'll
man.
see the people back here for 151.
151. All right, we'll see you, bud.